Okay, welcome back. This is the last tutorial for tonight, which is how to calculate rainy days for each month using R. So for people that interested to calculate the number of rainy days, so you can use this R code. So this script will calculate the number of rainy days for each month. Of course, you want to calculate rainy days, you calculate for you must have daily data, and then from that daily data each month you want to know how many days is rainfall, so it will calculate based of and then the output will be in the monthly format, and then of course you can for monthly you can just sum it into yearly. But first, let's look into calculate number of rainy days for each month based on the given rainfall data, daily rainfall data. It reads the data. This script will read the data, creates the date column, groups the data by year and month, and then counts the number of days with rainfall greater than or equal to 1. So if the rainfall is greater than or equal to 1, we consider that day as rainy days. It's up to you. If you want to make a decision. If higher than 0 is already rainy days, then you can define it as higher than 0. But in my case, usually people will define rainy days as a rainfall higher than 1 millimeter. And then the result are then written to a new CSV file. So let's look at step by step. Only 7 steps is very easy. So first, you load the required libraries. First, DP, dplayer for data manipulation. And then you load library sys. And then you load the library zoo. And then you load the library player. Okay. Now, step 2, set the working directory to the location of your data. So I set the working directory, and then my data is CSV file. This is my file, CSV chips JRB grid 005. So I read this data set. So I put my data here in this folder, shiny here, and then the data is input data is chips JRB grid 005. Chip JRB grid 005 is this one. So this is my data. You see, it's a daily data. We have year, month, and day, and then all the grid point that have its own rainfall. Each grid point from CHIPS dataset in Johor River Basin actually. So from 1981, we go down until 2021. So this is daily rainfall for grid number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So daily rainfall data. Year, month, day, and then all grid. How many grid is your data? It's up to you. And then step 4, we create the date column by combining year, month, and day columns. So we need to create a date column first from this data, year, month, and day. I like to prepare my data like this. Now I need to create the date column as date, space, date year, date month, and date day. So create the date column, date, $, date. Okay, I prepare the date column, and then we group the data by year and month and calculate rainy days for each month. So we calculate rainy days by month, date, design, group by year, month, design, and then step 6, we summarize the data counting the number of days with rainfall more or equal to 1 millimeter. So we summarize at vars V1 to V109 because my data is from V1 grid point to 109. So I will calculate each grid point of daily rainfall. So list it rainy days as the sum of dot higher or equal to 1 millimeter. And then I will just read this step. It will calculate rainy days. So it's very fast. And then step 7, we write the result to a new CSV file. So we read. So write this CSV. The output just now is rainy days by month, and then this is the output. I put a new data set for output as in CSV file. So this is the output. So the output will looks like this. You see the first column you can just delete. You have year, month, and then the number of rainy days for each month, for each grid point. So in January for grid V1 we have 6 days rainy days, 13 days in February, and the highest in October 25 rainy days, and May also very high. And let's see 2021 we have the highest is rainy days in May. Yeah, sometimes in May, sometimes it's very the rainy days is high, but doesn't mean the volume is high. Then this is interesting. You see, even though in May in Malaysia we have low rainfall, but rainy days is higher. Higher rainy days doesn't mean higher amount of rainfall. So you can understand a lot of how rainfall pattern in your place by calculating rainy days. Okay, I think that's all for tonight for how to calculate rainy days by using R for each month by using R. I think that's all. Thank you for watching. If you have any question, if you have any suggestion, what you want to learn by using R, just let me know.